robust urban garlic flavor.
Listen up, LARPers, it's Resurgence time. So DSP has gotten a huge boost from the Roach King himself, and what does DSP do with it? The exact same thing he's been doing in the past. He doesn't modify anything. It is still my podcast, but I'm titling it something different so you don't think it's a podcast. He's not editing his videos down. He's not making content that people want to see. Look at his gameplay. It's in the exact same thing. Once this drama wave rolls over in 6 to 8 weeks, Phil will be back to level 1 yet again. But Phil's having a real ball of it. He's going to be splurging on WWE champions, and the Black Friday Begathon will go better than expected, so he's definitely going to be upgrading his setup because the Asmongold fans are going to be paying for it. That's what they don't realize. Like, I'm so confused about it. Like, how are you so quick to give someone money when there's a web of controversy around them, and you're like, okay, Asmongold interviewed him, not pressed him much at all, but since I love Asmongold, this must all be on the level. I don't know. Apparently some of them want Phil to do react slop content like Asmongold does, which makes sense because if Asmongold is doing like politics and things like that, that would explain why they're so invested in him, because it's all my team. It's like sports where really people should be rational about it, but it's always emotions, and they're being very emotional about Phil despite being entirely ignorant, because ignorance is bliss, and that's why they're gleefully handing over their money to Phil, and Phil will gladly take it. This is exactly what he wanted, but will he be able to sustain it? No, he won't. He's not going to change his content to incorporate this new audience. He's like, oh, they're just going to be under my spell and do exactly what I want, and I'm going to do the exact same thing that I've been doing for years. He's not going to innovate at all, because you see here, 5,000 views, the next day, 2,000 views, and then we'll see next week what it is. Don't really care about Thanksgiving and Black Friday because those are going to be big days for him regardless. But when we get back to the normal situations, it's going to go down. People aren't interested in the gaming, they're interested in the drama, and when the drama reveals itself as I'm going to beg for money when I don't get as much because I'm showered with all that money, so I'm going to expect this now on normal.
Usually my stream wouldn't even start till after 11 a.m. I'd usually start talking with my audience around 11:30. We would hang out for a bit and then play a game. Well, today I am here with you at 10:49 a.m.
You know why? He's very eager to hop right back on stream because he knows there's going to be a flood of support because there was the day before, because he's going to expect the exact same thing day in, day out. He thinks he's going to be rich forever now. And also, he knows I can't run an hour of pre-rolls because they'll get bored and they won't show up again. But then he's still going to do the Meandering podcast. But I think he's thinking since Asmongold live streams too, maybe they enjoy the Meandering stuff as well.
Things have changed incredibly in the last 24 hours.
I got over 1,000 subs or memberships or whatever, and I think it's going to continue forever and ever and ever.
I now have a bunch of new eyes on me in a very positive way. Not a drama way, not a negative way, but an actual positive way for the first time in a long time.
Phil, it is entirely drama related. You went on Asmongold's podcast and explained all of the drama in your own lying, distorted view of reality. You're just lucky that you weren't pushed because Asmongold is like, I don't care. His fans are the ones that are wasting their money on you, wasting their time on you. I mean, for the people that are there that are just having a kick of it and just enjoying Phil's content, like, okay, go for it. Like, I'm very skeptical of people who just see somebody and they're like, oh, I'm gonna instantaneously give him money because he's a live streamer. Like, I'm a lot more cautious than that. But you know, in my mind, like, the max you usually give to somebody if you're giving somebody money would be like a membership, which is $5, and like a $5 super chat a month, if that. But maybe I'm just stingy and I'm not positive and supportive.
People like the content right now and are just rediscovering it for the very first time.
Mind you, this is a guy who said all his content is about gaming, not about whether he gets money or not. Look at how well that's doing. He was on somebody who has millions of subscribers. On Twitch and Kick, he has thousands of viewers, and his gameplay is still the exact same. People aren't interested in the content, Phil. There's not a sudden urge of interest in your Let's Plays. There's an interest in the drama. Even though they say there's not, they only came because of the drama. And they'll leave when they figure out that the you were presenting to them in Asmongold is not the reality. Because once the positivity stops flowing, you are going to get very frustrated because you're like, you gave me so much money before, now you should be doing it again. He can't deal with the cyclical nature of this. And he's not going to modify his content to actually get views on YouTube. So the gameplay is going to stay the same, and then the support is going to dry up where he's back to saying, oh, I got to bring back goals.
Because this is happening, okay? We're in a situation where I can actually sit here and talk with you guys and maybe reevaluate stuff. But indeed, if things are actually changing for the better, as it appears they definitely are, then maybe we can change things up a bit.
Okay, so let's do some math here. He's asking for 150 a week, and for like the past month to, honestly, for a while, he's usually been hitting the goal or exceeding it every single stream with a few minor exceptions. So he streams 2 times a day. That is 300 a day. Now he streams 6 times a week. All right, that's how much he's expecting in a week. Now, there's some weeks where he only streams 5, so we're not going to do the full 52 weeks in a year, but let's just do 50 weeks. That is how much he's asking for in a year from his fans, where it's like 30 people to give him in a single year. And mind you, his averages are always over 150 for the most part, because he usually exceeds that by a lot. Your fans raising that much money for Phil is not enough. Not enough.
I just started talking 2 minutes ago. I already have 200 viewers on YouTube.
Yeah, he went up to like 400. We'll see what it's like in 2 weeks.
This is like my normal audience right now, and I just started.
His mom's at work, so he can be in the office today if he so chooses. My DSPgaming channel here on YouTube has gained, as of right now, over 6,000 new subscribers.
Oh man, they don't know what they're in for. Their inboxes are going to get flooded, especially if they turn on the bell. They're going to get 3 notifications from them every day, and their home feed is just going to be DSP videos until they stop clicking on them.
But the fact that I just got the amount of subscribers in 24 hours that I usually get in a year is pretty cool.
Yeah, but here's the thing about fast growth that can be detrimental. All of those people are just checking you out. What happens if you can't sustain it? What happens if you can't keep them enticed? Then they become dead subscribers and they drag your channel down even further. Because they just saw you on Asmongold spewing nonsense for 2 hours. Are they going to continue when you do this repeatedly day in, day out? They will probably get tired of it.
Fish Tank Big Boss, $2 super chat. Gold play button incoming, let's go. No. There's no way I'm getting a gold play button. I'll never get 1 million subs on this channel. I wish. I've been here for 17 years. I've been on this channel 15 years. I've put out over 68,000 videos alone on this channel, excuse me, and worked hard, but it never took off in that way.
Phil, there are tons of people on YouTube that constantly upload Let's Plays. The funny thing is that YouTube has been trying to get reach for smaller channels. So what do I see a lot? Let's Play videos with like 5 views. Seriously, single digits. You were very fortunate that you got to the place that you are now. And no, I don't think you're ever going to get to 1 million subscribers unless it's some very quirky bot thing, because what you put out there is not what people want to see, and they don't want to be inundated with that. You don't realize that even if you have a resurgence, okay, this video that you put up, this podcast, happened to get 5,000 views. The other stuff, your gameplays, are struggling to get 1,000 views. So the gameplays outnumber this. So it's going to be averaging out as lower. Your live streams may get views, but since you private them, they don't count towards your algorithm. That's why you should lead them up, because you privating them is hurting you in the algorithm when you upload too. So you're taking the sloppy seconds that don't get a lot of views instead of the live streams which do.
Like, even if everyone had subbed back in the day, I don't think I would have got 1 million subs. I'm just being real here. I don't do the kind of content that gets 1 million subs. You know what I'm saying? I don't. Doing Let's Plays and just chilling with an audience usually isn't going to get you 1 million subs.
But Phil, you're completely missing the point. You don't realize if you hired editors to actually put out content that people wanted to see, edited stuff that wasn't filled with garbage, you might have had 1 million subs. Seriously. You don't realize that you're telling the Asmongold viewers that there's not really going to be anything enticing or juicy for them to watch. because once they see the gameplay and it's boring, they're going to be like, okay, I'll dip. Yeah, here's a great way to introduce yourself to a new audience, indirectly implying that you're really lazy and stupid. Yeah, hey guys, after I live stream, I put no effort in the videos that I upload. I could just leave my live streams up, but I won't do that for whatever reason. So here's 10 videos in your inbox today. Congratulations. Thank you for subscribing. Stick around and watch them all twice. I expect you to do that. And while you're at it, give me $100 each of you per day.
But let's see. I have no idea what TRY currency is. I have to look this up.
Yep, the currency conversion is sure gonna keep them engaged and focused on your positive, meaningful gameplay.
I want you guys to understand that I've been here before. I've been at the top, I've been at the bottom, I've been in between, and all lengths here. Like, I've been up and down over the years. So I understand that success can be fleeting. I actually said this a year ago. I had a boost a year ago because I worked with a bunch of drama content creators, and I had a temporary boost of a few months, and then it completely disappeared because the creators were drama creators. I don't do drama. So within a few months, the viewers were like, oh, we don't want to be here. Phil's not doing drama.
Phil, they were ordered practically by the casino to gas you up by giving you money, and they stopped because they were demanding the casino to stop because they found you so dreadfully boring. It's not that you didn't necessarily do drama, it's you tried to. You tried to do politics, you just weren't good at it. You're just not good at anything except begging for money.
Hopefully, you guys are here to chill, and you're here for games. If you're here to relax, have a good interactive time, and play games together and or enjoy games together, you're definitely in the right place. That's what I'm all about. That's my philosophy. That's the content I want to put out. Okay?
Yeah, we're gonna play games, even though the reality is he never does multiplayer co-op. Wait until people find out how entertaining the gameplay is, and they're like, ah, shucks, I gave this guy $100 because I just watched his podcast and believed everything he said on Asmongold.
He says, it's Turkish lira. Good luck. Based on your attitude, you deserve a real rebirth. Please use the chance, and maybe we'll see some videos by other people about your career rising from ash like a phoenix.
These people, they don't get Phil at all. His attitude. Wait until they see his attitude. He's all happy and chill and positive, whatever you want to call it, when they're flooding him with money. When they stop, they will see it. It's like, didn't you watch the clips with Asmongold? And here's the thing, Asmongold did his audience a real disservice because he presented Phil, or let Phil present him the way Phil saw himself, not how Phil actually is. And somehow, because he has such a huge audience, there are really gullible people out there, but I guess if they were listening to him, I'd guess so. And then this happens where I'm gonna give Phil a ton of money because I think he's a super chill, positive dude because he says he's a super chill, positive dude. Like, does anybody do their research ever? It is very easy to post when things are going well. It is not so much when it's not going well. And the funny thing, Phil was doing well before this. It just wasn't the well he wanted.
No. You want to know why you won't see them? Because no one watches those videos. People only want to watch videos of the downfall.
Yeah, they do. Let me explain why. Because the positive content should come from the creators themselves. Like, you gotta advertise yourself. There's really no drama in saying, hey, Boogie's so great, he was Gamer of the Year, like he was on an awards show, like we saw that. People like the train wreck. People that are successful have documentaries made about them by companies and things like that, like celebrating their careers. This is just YouTube stuff, so it's all nonsense, so nobody really cares about it in the entertainment industry.
Like, last year, there was a documentary about me by June the King. It was called The Eternal Downfall of DarkSydePhil. Then immediately after that documentary came out, I teamed up with these drama creators, got a big surge in support, surge in popularity. Then it waned again. Now here we are again a year later.
He still doesn't comprehend that those Kino viewers were not doing it because they enjoyed his content. They were doing it because they thought Kino Casino was going to produce content based off of it, which they did. And now he doesn't get that since he told Asmongold's viewers, this is who I am. When they find out that what he presented is not necessarily the case, they're gonna get angry or they're gonna dip. So Raw Phil may actually be gaining a lot more viewership from this, and you have no idea yet, Phil.
So that's what I mean. Like, you will never see the video that says, oh, someone's doing well. Instead, you'll only see the video that says you're failing. That's how it works on YouTube, because that's what gets the views, you see?
And you can hear it slipping out, the bitterness the saltiness, it's going to reveal itself. He can't keep this charade up forever, even though he's not really doing a charade. He's just thinking this is who he is. And then there's the reality, but he doesn't realize that because he lives in his own fantasy land with his distorted reality. Phil, the reason why there really aren't documentaries where this guy's doing well, it's because the guy is doing well. You can see that they're doing well from their channel views and things like that, how they grow a lot in subscribers. You fundamentally don't understand what people want to see out of you, and that's why you've had a legion of trolls and people just watching you all over the place, because they're like, this Phil guy isn't interesting on his stream, but like somebody that edits Phil or provides commentary on Phil, they're a lot more interesting because they know the stuff people want to see. They cut out all the boring meandering.
Be a little careful with the bots. I do have bot moderation because of a lot of trolling. You cannot post too many emotes in the chat, and someone just tried to, Mr. 10 years, and it got deleted. It's just a bot. It's not a mod, like, you know, moderating you, but that's what that was.
Wait until they find out how much Phil moderates, because you know he can't help himself.
I'm appreciative of that. Broden says the tide is changing. New mindset, my man. Yeah.
Yep, everybody loves Phil's gameplay right now and are going to constantly give him $300+ a day every single day because they enjoy his gameplay, not because they pity him, not because Asmongold gave him an interview where they saw Phil say the same things he tells his audience every single day and they realize, oh, Phil must be a huge chill guy and he's gonna sustain this, he's gonna be a changed man, he's actually gonna be who he says he is. But no, it's not gonna happen. When the fall happens, it's going to be quick, and Phil's going to be stuck there holding the bag, saltier than ever, because he's like, why is the money not coming in anymore? And he's going to chastise his audience who is still there, saying, you need to keep this up. We had this a month ago. I don't know what's going on this month.
And I just wanted to kind of open this today and say this. Welcome home to those of you who are down for gaming content. And welcome home to those of you who have been gone for a while and maybe were swayed by what everyone said, and now you're coming back. Because I haven't gone anywhere.
Oh, wow, that is cringe. He thinks like all these viewers that are coming in were fans of DSP in the past. They'd probably still be subscribed to your channel, Phil, and their algorithm just never showed you the videos because they were like, yeah, we're not watching this. So after like the 50th video that popped up on their home feed, YouTube just stopped recommended it and recommended stuff that other channels that they were subscribed to. That's how it works, Phil. Because if somebody subscribes to you on YouTube, they're probably subscribed to like 100 different other channels. And there's only a certain amount of thumbnails that they can show you on the homepage. Now it's usually like 8, at least my screen has 8. So if it's 100 channels, 20 of them are making a video a day, YouTube is going to recommend the stuff that people actually watch. He's like, welcome home. This is a family. Like, seriously, he's the kid. His viewers are his mommy and daddy, and they give him the ATM card constantly. That's what's going on here.
You know, a lot of people are like, oh, it's the resurgence, it's the redemption arc, it's the second coming. No, I never went anywhere. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't disappear, I didn't leave and come back. I've been here the whole time, grinding away, 68,000 videos. I've tried my best, clawed tooth and nail, to stay afloat, to stay pertinent, to stay relevant, despite an entire internet that wanted to say that I was a scumbag.
Once again, he just doesn't get it. He's working harder per se, but the hardness of it is just playing video games using a capture card. That's not hard at all. Anyone can do it. He thinks mass uploading is hard work. No, you're just spending time. That's what you're committing your time to. If you had been smarter with your time, you would be in a better spot. You wouldn't have to beg as much. Like, people may actually find you entertaining. Like, you have made it so you put minimal effort in, so you're comfortable doing that. And you're right, you've always been there. You are the cockroach of the internet. You refuse to leave because it's up to you if you leave, honestly. YouTube is not going to tell you, hey, the bar's closed. And it's not people keeping you down. It's you keeping you down. You constantly provide content for trolls every single day. You give them a gourmet buffet, Phil. That's what you don't understand. You're like, why can't people just leave me alone and let let me beg in peace, because people are just fascinated by the way you do things because it makes no sense. And this shows us you're not going to change anything. You're like, welcome home. It's going to be the same thing as before, and I expect all 7,000 of you to always be there to support me. No, Phil. You have to keep them in your ecosystem. You have to incentivize them, because the thing is, oh, I'm a victim, please give me money. It's not going to work with most of those people because they'll get tired of it. Because if you keep shaking that can out there, they're going to be like, what am I doing this for? I'm not interested in this guy's gameplay. And he said he was all about gameplay, but I'm listening on these podcasts, which I don't find entertaining because they're meandering. And I'm like, why should I give Phil money? Why should I give Phil my time? That's what he doesn't understand. You have to make a product that people want to see. He makes a product that is curated to a very small group of people. He relies on pay pigs, but the thing is, usually you have to provide a product that they want. And for a long time, it hasn't been gaming, it's been begging. Now, will this audience respond to the begging if there's nothing else besides that? 7,000 people, Phil? I mean, we all know you really only want a handful of them. I think that's your end game, but everybody else is going to not watch your videos very quickly once the drama ends. That's how it goes. You are the flavor of the month. Asmongold is not going to be uploading videos and live streams like Casino did, where they said, hey, Phil's a great guy. No, he's going to move on to the next thing. So you have to actually entertain this audience. You have to keep them going because they think you are legitimate. So when the mask slips and the truth is revealed, what do you think they're going to say, Phil? This is why you don't think. You're like, oh, I'm just going to present myself in a certain way, even though we know he sees himself in that way. And then I'm just going to do the same thing over and over again. And it's going to last forever. This is why he stumbles into trouble all the time, because what he thinks is not necessarily reality. There's a disconnect. He says all the time, I don't over-moderate, he over-moderates. He doesn't fundamentally understand why he has so many trolls. A lot of them were fans of his. And then he pushed them out, and now they're on Rawphil. And now they're on That Being Said. And now they're watching Duty streams, and now they're watching Snorpernell. You gotta give people what they want. Now, I'm not saying he should just be, oh, I'm just gonna beg, but you gotta put effort in. Just putting in time in here is not enough. I could go live stream, I could just play a video game. That doesn't mean people are gonna give me $300. That doesn't mean people are gonna find it entertaining because I put 3 hours in just playing video games. That's just how it is. You have to connect with people. And you struggle with doing that, so you have to constantly beg and demand for money. And then you've luckily scooped up a few people that enjoy seeing that kind of thing, and that put you in a rut. Now, can you break free of that rut? As long as people are continuously giving you money, but when that dries up because they're like, oh, I'm tapped out, you're gonna have a hard time handling that because people's generosity will dry up real quickly.
And I did my best. At least I know that I made mistakes along the way. You know, I'm not perfect. I know that I definitely did things that were bad and or could be seen as, oh, he went too far this way and he made this mistake and he was irresponsible here and whatever. I'm a flawed human and I'm trying to learn.
Phil, all humans are flawed. It's a very part of the condition. You're not trying to learn. You just want to be handed everything and given exclamations of how awesome you are. That's all you really want deep down. You fundamentally don't understand what people want to see on this platform. You go against the grain and say, here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to live stream and demand my audience give me money and beg for their money and say, hey guys, if you don't give me money, I won't be able to do this anymore. I'll go homeless. That was your business schema for years. So you do have an opportunity, as long as people are shoveling thousands of dollars to you each day, to not do that because they're on a high right now and they're giving you all their money. But what happens when that wears off, Phil? It always does. Like I keep talking about with your Let's Plays, diminishing returns. Part 1 gets a lot of attention, but when you're on part 60, not so much. So you may have a really good Thanksgiving and Black Friday begathon, but after the season of giving is over, when we hit that January, February lull, you gotta offer something to get people to stay, and you freaking out over the detractors is not really gonna hold substance with a lot of people, because they're gonna be like, we gave this guy thousands of dollars and he's still saying the detractors are going to destroy him and things like that. Like, what's going on here? Because with Phil, it's never enough. It's always an endless black hole. The more money money you give him, the more money you will have to give him in the future. That really is the issue. He's going to become entitled to it. He's going to think these Asmongold viewers are in it for the long haul. And then when it doesn't happen, he's going to freak out.
And I feel like today in 2025, I am a much better creator and a much better person than I have been, especially back in the old days when I used to make content and I was very irreverent and didn't care who I offended and stuff like that. Today, I just want to have fun with an audience and enjoy games together. Like, I don't want to, I don't want to poke a hornet's nest. I don't want to cause problems. I just want to chill.
Yep, here we are again. Phil is saying, I want no part of what people are interested in. I just want to play games. Yeah, we'll see how long that works, because you're going to have a freak out when you realize, hey, this isn't improving people wanting to come to my streams to watch me see video games. They want me to talk about the drama. They want me to rant about the tractors and trolls. They want me to play the victim. They want me to beg. Like, the Asmongold viewers are going to realize, hey, wait, Phil's boring. And then they're going to dip. That's just how it is. And the irony of this is you could go back. Last year, he had no problem dunking on whomever because he thought he was having a resurgence. Maybe he'll be more cautious this time, but he gets a little haughty when he thinks he has the one up on somebody. But this will end up being actually something that's probably going to benefit people that enjoy content around Phil but don't want to watch DSPgaming, because it breaks up the status quo, and we know it's not going to last. It's not. He may pick up a few whales like Iron Den Sakai. He picked him up from the Kinoar, but nothing is guaranteed, Phil. This reminds me like of a SpongeBob episode where Plankton suddenly gets an influx of customers, and he's like, I didn't think I'd get this far, and then he'd have no idea how to keep them. And he's like, oh, I gotta fix something up, and by the time he gets food prepared for them, it's so gross because it's chum, they all leave already. That's what's gonna happen. He's not suddenly gonna have 2,000 viewers on his streams because he's too meandering. That's the issue that he never understands. He looks at editing like it's a dirty word. So, Phil, be very thankful that people are being generous and gullible, because when they found out they've been had, they ain't gonna be happy. Alright, everybody, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you all next time. Have a very robust Thanksgiving. This is Robust turning off the station.
The truth will be revealed!
Jeff did a $5 tip. He says, I want to hear you say robust bourbon garlic flavor, like how you said robust urban garlic flavor. I never said robust urban garlic flavor. I said bourbon, not urban. How dare you? How dare you insinuate that I would say the word urban? I'm white. I can't say urban. It's offensive. You understand? That's how it works. Okay. All right, we're now up to $325 of support.